would say Ateneo's foreign office. So they connect us with the other Ateneo universities. So I was parang part of it. I was supposed to be a volunteer. I was supposed to be an usher at that time. Kaso, Miss Rona hit. Miss Rona hit. Okay. So finally naman, they finally moved it. They finally had it, I think around June of 2020. Now when some of the dust has settled then. If you would see the major events in all three have been incorporated into this year's Pride. That's why we drew inspiration for the 2014 event. That's why we got collaborators. So we have the rest of the Sanggunian, we have CASA, we have the Office of Campus Ministry, Gender Hub. So all of us together to create a space na hindi lang lahat tayo andito, di ba? Because lots of people want to get involved in Pride. Second naman, so we then used our experience before, and from those stories we tried to develop a pride this year. So we tried to develop an online pride this year na to be more interactive. Na-move pa nga kami ulit kasi nga in July it was
Yeah.
the Taal situation. So fingers crossed wala na nangyari ulit. So yeah, so weirdly enough, if not, there is a common thread. Resilience, I would say, is the common thread to all of them. Na despite all of the challenges, there will still be a pride and there will still be people who will organize it as long as may gusto mag-attend.
Love that. I mean, siguro to sum up all the foundations from that history of from 2014 to incorporating all of these into one amid the uncertainties, that's beautiful because you said despite challenges, as long as they participate, as long as they show their love, their identity, that's what matters most. And I find it so beautiful that you have continually found the means and the ways to make it better or to improve it each year as it comes. And I really, really commend Andre and to all the teams for making that possible. So at least at the very least, kahit sa mga freshies who would like to participate, myself included as an ally, is we all know that we have chosen a school that is more than just the aspects of siguro the education, the quality, but also how a fostering community goes a long way in finding out the best attributes or inspirations that come within you. I think that's beautiful. That's the message I could take away from those experiences of that pride. So with that said, could you share to us exactly how you planned for One Big Pride? Were there any processes or like visions that you had in mind while planning?
Funny enough, it's a pretty long story that begins with the previous Pride.
Yeah.
Kasi the previous Commission on Gender Equality then was having a parang branding session on sa Gonzaga. So it's our cafeteria for those of you who weren't able to attend yet. So it was there na nag-uusap kami noon, and then suddenly the story popped up na what about that long story, that one popular story of Bulan Sida pa? Why don't we use that as the inspiration? Pero by that time, parang it was the branding for that year's Pride that's already been fulfilled pretty much. So okay, sabi ka nun, fine, let's keep it for next year. So nangyari is by June, when I was suddenly thrust into the commissioner position, I suddenly had that, I will have to organize Pride. I will have to read the project about Pride. But we shelved it kasi at that time, my focus was on building communities and building networks and building relationships with the other institutions in that Ateneo. So that's the result ngayon, diba? That's why marami tayo ngayon. And then, starting around November, when I started hashing out, we started sketching out the plans for it. So that I drew inspiration from the 2014 one and 2018 to sort of make a sketch. So I actually drew it in my notebook here
Wow,
somewhere.
can we see that? Can we see that? Or
Wala na. Actually,
hanapin
can't
pa?
find it.
It's
So,
okay.
bigla na lang doon namin nahana. So, kasi January, we're going to start planning na for Pride. January. So, we had that first meeting when I pitched it to the rest of the commission. And there, it was with one of the social political formations officers, who's now my co-commissioner, si Althea, na I pitched the different the themes that I had in mind, different slogans. So, Move with Love was one of several. Kasi we had to first settle on the conjunction. So, is it move for love, move in love, move by love, diba?
Yeah.
So, kasi each of them has a different meaning.
Exactly.
Moving for love is just you're being pushed by it. You're just moving.
Because
being
of
pushed
it.
ka lang.
No?
Because of it, di ba? Moving in love is it's like an infatuation. So, in love ka lang ba? Moving ka lang kasi in love ka? So, what if the passion dies? Or the fire dies? So, that's why we then settled with move with love. Kasi it's not just an invitation, it's a challenge eh. It's a challenge to do every day na to constantly envision a world where you want to do good by another person, where you want the other person to have the best quality of care that they have, the best quality of life that they have, the best life that they have in general, their freedom to live and to love whoever they are and whatever they are. So that is why we settled on that move with love phrase, hindi ba?
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty interesting. It caught on quite quickly.
Exactly.
Then naman, after that, we then decided to talk naman to the different schools ang Gunians at the time. So for that, I had the previous school reps to thank, the previous commissioners to thank, who said yes. They said yes naman to my urging and gentle nudging. Dahil sumama kayo sa Pride ha. Kung hindi, awayin ko kayo. Hindi. Di ba? Hindi, awayin ko kayo. Pero buti naman, so, parang naging Avengers, it was Nick Fury.
Grabe yun. May character development.
May character development sila. Sige, sumama kayo dito, di ba? So, yan. So, we started planning it out. So, we started working on it nonstop for the next few weeks until July. So by that time, we were already almost launching. Tapos bigla na lang the Taal situation popped up. We then decided, teka, it is for the best kasi it was alert level 2, alert level 3 na the time. So sabi namin nun, it is for the best interests ng organizers and ng ating constituents that parang pangit naman na if we'll be celebrating Pride while a national disaster is going on. God forbid. Kasi we were thinking then of the January situation, January 2020,
exactly.
na biglang, who knows, mag-phreatic explosion again. That's why we decided to move with love.
Yeah,
We decided
exactly.
to move the schedule to September, to now, from an abundance of caution. And I'm pretty thankful that it's still going. It's still continuing. Na tuloy-tuloy siya. So that's the story. So we talked about the beginnings of the brand story, and then we started talking about how the programs itself developed and took shape. So for each of the constituent programs, so those that are organized by Gender Hub, those that are organized by the different schools and different commissions, they mostly did it on their own. Like, we really encouraged, our spirit of collaboration is that you do this because this is the best this is your, kumbaga, your forte. This is your forte. So kami, we will give all of the support that we can. We will give all the technical support that we can. And in case kailangan nyo ng creatives, kailangan nyo ng financial assistance, meron kaming budget. Sige, gamitin yung budget. Kasi that's the spirit of collaboration, and that's the essence of the collaboration that we're trying to do within the commission. Eh. So, and then, yeah. Yun nangyari, and thankfully, most of it are done. And peace lang. Manifesting.
Yeah,
Manifesting.
exactly. Wow. Let me process my thoughts because just listening to you, you really speak with so much passion upon the event. And so, really, I think you could agree with me on this. The pandemic has taken, I mean, not really the pandemic as a fragment, but from the disasters of the Taal eruption leading to wildfires and the pandemic. So really, it has taken out so much. But I do believe that you picked the right choice of hashtag move with love because as you said, amid the challenges, you have moved with love, your love of inspiring others, of uniting others. So it has become pretty evident. And if I may add, more than just hashtag move with love siguro is you have trusted with love seen as you with your collaborations with others and united with love. So wow, I mean, grave, the branding amazing, but more than just the branding, the purpose in itself, that's something that's greatly commendable. So thank you so much for actually narinig ko lang mga Gonzaga areas ganun, parang hindi ko pa masyado na-visualize kung saan yung mga yon. Pero at least, at the very least, and if I'll be able to step onto the Ateneo campus,
Yeah.
whenever I look at the Gonzaga Hall, it would be just more than just a building. Siguro I'd remember Andrei, he was planning something impactful in this place. And you'll always be attributed to that building for sure. And I hope the viewers too, it'll be attributed and for all the good reasons, definitely. Right? Okay. So with that said,
Sana
grabe. So naman, challenges or problems that you faced in creating the One Big Pride event?
Challenges. There are many.
Siguro,
There are
the
many, many,
most
many.
pertinent one.
The most pertinent ones, well, we must recognize na we are student leaders first. So, ibig sabihin, students tayo first and foremost. So, there are always going to be different challenges or different that we need to prioritize. And as organizers, as leaders, we need to account for it, di ba? We need to always be there for our members and always need to be there for our volunteers. So, sunod-sunod yan. May mga bagyo, may pandemic, may kung ano-ano, na will be think na in those instances, so for example, may mga manpower issues, like it's pretty much a given ngayon na lagi tayong may manpower issues because of the turbulent situations we have now. And in those instances, lacking abundance of patience. If not, ang nangyayari is we would actually attempt to reach out to them na, hi, kumusta kayo? Are you doing okay? Are you fine? Okay, are you sure? Diba? Will you be working pa? If not, okay lang, sige lang. So that's why one of our main initiatives talaga is we needed to have a robust HR network. So highly raised and 30 our HR deputies have been really, really essential in this project. And then, so that's the greatest challenge. And then the second challenge din naman is joining the visions together. Kasi if you will notice, ang dami nating ka-collaborate. So how do you ensure na their visions align with the central vision that you have in mind? How do you communicate with all of them and to see each one of their needs? And there are like 12 of them at the same time. So how do you meet them halfway all of the time? So that's a challenge that was especially for me as project head. Kasi kailangan asikasuhin. Dami kailangan pagkwentuhan na, okay, teka lang. Sir, teka lang ha. One second. Okay, ikaw, ano naman? Diba?
Right, exactly.
Parang I wish I had like 8 arms at the same time. It's like, just to do all of it.
I mean, I could relate, really. Siguro, this is also true for events. I also am a student leader. I was a student council then during last year. And being in the online setup, you're limited upon your movements. You're limited upon the things you could envision so much that you could collaborate. Iba pa rin kasi yung feeling that you can collaborate at the same time at the day. So it makes a difference. And at the same time, you said the idea of uniting visions. Of course, we have different viewpoints and whatnot, but seeming as though the just basing it on the logo, oh no, not the logo, the theme siguro, it speaks a lot how you were able to effectively collaborate all the ideas in one place. And I'm looking forward for that to happen. So let us segue konti. So what can the actual community expect from this event and how can they contribute?
Well, marami silang mga expect.
Again,
So,
patikim
if you
naman ng
will,
konti, kahit konti lang.
kahit konti lang tayo, well, let's start first and foremost with broad things that are happening for the next Pride event before we go to the constituent ones. The CGE will be releasing a Discord server called Rainbow Connections. So this is a Discord server that we were preparing since March of this year. February of this year. So yung first event namin done was a small movie get-together, movie watching / kwentuhan. Kasi soft launching pa lang namin doon. We started first with We started first lang muna within Sanggu, just as proof of concept. So ngayon, yung ginagawa naman namin is, sige, parawakin na natin. Okay. Nangyari naman after, so mangyayari this week, the next week is that we'll be having a tambay week. So, personally, I'll be there. So, mangyayari is study together, aral together, kwentuhan together. In case meron kayo dyan makitang cute and then you started flirting, sige na lang. Just give us na lang a heads up and say para pag kami.
We can connect
Cupids.
you, ganon.
We'll connect, di ba? Kasi it's really one of our main initiatives for this year is that try to, parang naman mix, pero bridge that gap. Kasi one of the things that we've noticed through our initiatives, especially Rainbow Connections, is that this is an FGD for members of the community. And then also our other studies that the commission has been doing. There's always this need for connection. There's always this need for collaboration. There's always the need for community. Na someone that they could talk to. Na, hi, I'm an older, wiser gay. I could help you. Di ba? Parang ganyan. So yun yung kailangan. So meron tayong tambay week next week. So we'll be posting details on it over the weekend. And then on Sunday, meron din tayong DP Blast. So, let's go.
Yes. Okay.
Also be posting it then over Saturday at on the Twibbon link and the spiel and all that. Diba?
Cool.
Okay. So, also this afternoon in 2 hours and 3 p.m., we'll be releasing naman a campaign with the Commission on Anti-Sexual Misconduct and Violence or CASMV for the support services within the Ateneo as part of our ongoing campaign since Monday we started with Soji, then with how to respond to instances of sexual and gender-based violence, and then finally, support services within the Ateneo. I would like to reiterate that homophobia, transphobia, biphobia, all of those phobias are part of the code and rules. That is, discriminatory remarks are marked as an instance of sexual and gender-based violence. So if you have experienced that within the Ateneo, message us, message me, message any of the commission. We'll be here.
Take note, everybody. Take note.
Okay. It's also part of your intact classes. May top din po kami doon sa intact. Thanks, okay. Ma'am Eka. Okay. Then for the 11 naman is going to be the start of the campaign, the opening program, diba? Yours truly will be speaking, so it's going to be a video. So share din natin sa Ateneo page. One like, one shake, one like, one share, one homophobe beer. Charot. Okay. Then Fridays for everyone naman. So this is going to be from our friends in the Commission on Disability Inclusion. So they will be teaching sign language.
Wow. Love that.
Then Stories of Pride on 12th. So meron tayong Stories of Pride feature. So this is the continuation, if not the finale of our Stories of Pride feature, which is previously we had Ian Pangilinan, Sir Jason Danliwag, and Sean, whose drag name is Mix Chanel. I love that drag name. Okay. Then we'll be having Stories of Pride from different Atenean allies. And then finally, Homecoming Queen, a trans advocate's journey on the 13th, hosted by Gender Hub. Then 14th will be campaign launch, then a video on Rainbow Capitalism, jescom Sanggu, and then Safe Spaces for the LGBTQ+, which is a study like series of studies. So watch it kasi Sir Jet Violago, who was one of our allies in the Gender Hub and will be presenting a study there on the queer experience in Ateneo during the pandemic.
I'm
And
thankful
finally,
of
we'll be
that, really.
having the closing rally on Friday together with and also a campaign launched by the Soj Gamayan. So yeah, pretty packed. Every
Really,
day meron tayo 2 to
exactly. I
3
must
events.
say, you took the words out of my mouth. It's pretty packed and it's pretty exciting. So, do we have like medyo may summary siya ng mga schedule of activities? Do you have it on your
Yes.
Facebook page?
Siya, head on over to the Ateneo page and doon pong ating schedule of events. Give it a like, give it a share, and then leave happy comments kasi we will drown
Yes.
out the haters. And then
Yeah.
head on over to sangu.org/move with love. So once again, sangu, SANGGU.org/move with love to head on over to our events tab. So that's going to be our events tab for the events for the rest of the week. So go check the CGE page. You can also see the CG, so the event tab. So andun siya lahat. And we're also working na lahat ng events namin na dun sa CGE page. So makikita ninyo lahat doon at any page. Okay?
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, that was packed. I'm gonna take note of that. I took note of some notable ones. And I'm gonna head back to your Facebook page. So once again, sa mga nakikinig ang mga nanonood, please do check their Facebook page to get an in-depth look and feel of what's in store for One Big Pride. And oh my God, what was that? Did you guys hear that too? Looks like next segment right here at Kwentuhang MVP. This is How True and Blue Are You, Andrei? So, with that said, this minigame is really simple. I will ask anime-related questions, then you will answer it. If you get at least 3 questions correct, then you win. Okay, let's start. First question, Andrei agad-agad. How many years has it been since ADMU was established? Nako.
Hala. Oh no.
Walang pa choices dito
157? 158?
157, 158. Do we give him another chance? No, unfortunately. But
Hindi ko
you're
na alam.
near. Siguro you add 3. If the latter answer, you add 3. If it's the former answer, you add 4. It's 161 years. Okay, next question. What is the creativity and innovation hub of the Ateneo de Manila University?
The Arete.
Love that. Congrats.
Arete?
That's 1 point for you. I actually don't know this yet. So parang, I'm learning. So
we actually had a meeting with them then.
Yeah, go ahead.
They do either.
Really? Okay, great. Okay, next. What is the theme for this year's One Big Pride?
Move with love.
Love that. Move with love, everybody. Sana sa mga nakikinig, take note. It's hashtag move with love. Next. Ito, mukhang excited ako dito. When does Christmas break start for academic year 2021-2022?
Oh my God, wait. Oh my God, wait. Alala ko it's the 3rd week of December. I forgot the exact date. Oh my God.
Give me a random date. Somewhere between 3rd week.
December 18, 19.
Nako! One lang.
9, 18.
Nako, sayang, it's 19.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Last year,
dalawa,
2018.
kaya pa yan. So what do you call the sole autonomous student government of the Ateneo? Not buo.
Yung buong name?
Yeah.
Ang pangit. So, okay. Sanggunian ang mag-aaral ng mga paaralang Loyola ng Ateneo de Manila. It's a handful.
Pwede ba yun, guys? So, mga directors and whatnot, tama ba yun? I mean, okay. Congratulations. Pero ang answer dito kasi, sanggunian ng mga mag-aaral ng paaralang Loyola. Anyway, that's cool. Amazing. You win. Anong mapapanood mong prize? You win exposure. Yay! Congratulations, Andrei. Okay, with that said, medyo na-hype tayo ng konti. So, let's move into an inside look once again sa ating One Big Pride Part 2. So let's get a bit into the team behind One Big Pride. So could you share with us what exactly is the Commission on Gender Equality of SAMGU?
Of course. So, Commission on Gender Equality is the arm for gender justice of Sanggunian. So, our primary area of work is towards ensuring that gender minorities, so women and LGBTQIA plus, have a safe space within the Ateneo, and also ensuring to create policies to do so. So in this instance, we work hand in hand with the Gender Hub and the other institutions within the Ateneo to ensure na all of them have a safe space. So we have been coordinating them with Intact, we've been coordinating with the other Sanggunian commissions, we've been coordinating with the administration. So to this end, so far, one of our I'm pretty proud of is one of our successful policy pushes with the Gender Hub is the establishment of trans Atenean students who wish to have trans and non-binary Atenean students who wish to have their preferred name, their chosen name, their affirming name used during graduation could now do so. I think the deadline for that is passed kasi malapit na yung diploma. Malapit na yung graduation proper.
Yeah.
And then we also have other initiatives. So we have campaigns. So most recently we have bisexual awareness, and then we also had more recent and also orientations, and then for SGBV. So finally, one of our policy pushes within the Sanggunian is the establishment of a safe space policy via safe space declaration to ensure that all members have not been involved in SGBV or sexual gender-based violence, once again, given the nature of the Sanggunian. So, pretty busy. So, there are several arms within the org, and each one is very busy. So, yeah.
But you're busy for all the good causes and advocacies, and I salute everyone for that. And eto, dahil dyan, mukhang you might want to check out your window because I might see a little rainbow outside. And with that, and you know what that means, right? So let's watch this video to find out more about our amazing One Big Pride. Let's watch this, everybody.
Hello, I'm Althea from the Commission on Gender Equality, and I would like to greet everyone a happy Pride Month. Our fight for equality and acceptance is far from over. But while we're fighting, let's never forget to celebrate our achievements and to spread love. For Pride is a celebration of oneself and an act of love.
Hi, I'm Narciso, the Commissioner for the Commission on Gender Equality, and I am an ally. I just want to say to everyone who's watching this that you are loved, you are beautiful, and you are enough. And no matter what everybody else will say in the world, you are you, and that is wonderful. And I also want to say that there are always so many people around here and around you who are more than willing to welcome you with open arms, and who are always here to listen and to love.
Hi, I'm Kate from the Commission on Mental Health, and I'm an ally. My wish for you is that you continue being proud of who you are. Do not be afraid of your identity because you do things best when you stay true to yourself.
Hi, I'm Maurice from the Commission on Mental Health, and I am an ally. I know it is so difficult to have to fight for your identity, and it may even feel isolating at times. But please know that there is an entire community standing right beside you, ready to listen to your story.
My name is Sanch from the Commission on Anti-Sexual Misconduct and Violence, and I'm an ally. It's time to unlearn hatred and celebrate love. Let's promote a safe spaces for everyone, especially for the LGBTQIA+ of our community. No matter where you are, you deserve to love and be loved freely.
Hi, I'm Kara Angan from the Sanggunian, and I just wanted to say thank you for being proud of who you are and that you are loved, you are seen. We are going to stand together as we continue working for a world that really protects and that stands with us as a community. So happy Pride Month!
Hi, I'm Cheska from the sports sector, and I am an ally. I just want to tell you that you're beautiful, strong, and amazing just the way you are. You don't need anyone else to validate you, so don't let anyone tell you different. We are here for you.
Hi, I am Anton from the sports club sector, and I am an ally. I just want to remind you that you are important in this world. Whatever your goal or aspiration, I know that it will slowly make the world a better place. So keep fighting and persevering because I want to see that future with you.
Thank you so much for everyone who participated in that video. It speaks such a strong message. And na-spot kita doon, Andre, ha? Grabe yun. It was a strong statement, really. And thank you. You have really, truly provided us maybe not a literal rainbow, but that rainbow of hope, rainbow of love. And as they say, hashtag move with love. And with that said, let's jump in back naman. So about passion, your visions, and whatnot. So let me ask you quickly, what has been the most exciting or fulfilling part of planning for the One Big Pride?
Honestly, para siyang yin and yang kasi that remember that challenge that we had with the hate comments and all of that. Like it was interesting. In fact, it was I would remember at that time it's one of the biggest challenges. Kasi nun, marami sa commission that was like really, really saddened. And then all of a sudden, bigla na nagka-outpouring of comments, outpouring of love. We messaged several of the Ateneo fan pages na, hi, can you help us? We asked to disseminate organizations and they came. And grabe ang outpouring of love and support na that was there. And then I hope pagtuloy-tuloy. So that was one of the most fulfilling aspects. That to see na hi, there are always I always say it kasi I always say it that there's always going to be people here that for you. Pero it's like, wow, there really are a lot of people. There really are here, diba? It's different when you see it face to face, when you see it there. Kasi honestly, mas madali mag-organize ng Pride event on site. Kasi if you do it, they will come.
Mhm.
Versus ngayon na online kasi you have to deal with lots of people. You have to deal with lots of different things to worry about. So yeah, so that was the greatest thing to see the community standing with us and to see our allies in the administration standing with us na we'll be here for you and we'll be here with you. So that was one of the most fulfilling circumstances so far. And yeah, and then tingnan pa natin next week. Hindi pa tayo tapos, ha?
But yeah.
Pero pa next week.
I'll stop you right there because I totally agree with that. Like how you could strengthen your passion if you know that there are people beside you, sharing the same thoughts, sharing the same ideas of inspiring others. It's a beautiful fulfillment. And I really admire Andrei for that. Thank you so much for sharing this. And I hope it inspires our viewers and listeners to, of course, participate and find that sense of community and sense of unity by collaborating with others for passions that they are, they are passions that they are passionate for, I guess. So, ito naman, on the we side of things. So, first, not everyone is completely on board with the message of love and positivity you're working hard to put out. So let me ask you, what are your thoughts on this? And how do you think we could help people to become more open to this message of love and acceptance?
That's a very good question, ha? Kasi with any social movement, there's bound to be backlash. With any new change, there's bound to be backlash. With any step that we make towards the future, there will always be backlash. And it's an inevitable part. Kaya nga sabi nila, if you have not made any enemies, you have not done anything right. I'm
Sino kayo nagsabi
misquoting.
nun?
I'm misquoting that one line. Si Margaret Thatcher sa the crowd, who's quoting another poet. Yeah. So as with any movement naman, there will always be people who will be contrarian, will always be against you. The question naman there is that as lovers of democracy, as lovers of free speech, I may not agree with them. Personally, I don't agree with them with any of their views, but I will agree in the fact that I want to see their future, to live their future, to have their future the best that it could be. To have the social structures that put them down also be questioned and also be challenged. Kasi there are many stories as to why they built this view in the first place. So that is why we continue to challenge those systems of power. We always talk about power. We always talk about these systems of power that need to be challenged. So the homophobic, transphobic systems of power that have been baked into our institutions. We need to question that. We need to look at that and examine that and say that we can do better. Kaya nga, returning back to the theme kanina, bakit sabi natin move with love? Kasi that's a challenging part of it. How do you move with love? How do you move to love the other person, love another person, even though they hate you? How do you strive for a better future, not only as your group, not only within your group, but for all of us, even though they disagree with you, even though they dislike you, even though they despise you, even though they're violent against you? That's the challenge that we have, and that's an everyday thing. So once again, abundance of patience. I would like to borrow from one of my friends ang termino ay panghahamig. So you need to talk to them gently and tireless persuasion. Lagi and it's pretty evident na ngayon election season tayo eh. So madali yan sabihin natin na you should do this, you should do that. Makinig ka sa akin. Pero has that ever worked? Has shouting at people has shouting at one person once face to face made them rethink their values? Sometimes. Pero mahirap dyan is always you need to talk about it on an everyday level. To talk about it with people on an everyday level. And that is why you would see activists. They're not just only doing rallies. The bigger part of it is the community organizing, is talking to the communities, discussing these ideologies, discussing these issues, finding out what they're fighting for in order to further strengthen your own fight. Na I'm fighting not just for me, but for Aling Barbara, Aling Brenda, Manong Budoy, di ba? So that's the fight that we're trying to fight for, and that's what we're trying to do. So we do not, kumbaga, at the times that it feels hard, at the times that it feels rough, we look at the abundance of love that surrounds us, and we look at all of those who support us along the way. Kasi it is my belief, and it has happened multiple times, that when you're at your lowest, the universe will always send something to send you along your way, that you are in the right path. So to sum it all up, we fight not because that despite these challenges, but rather because of these challenges. We continue in pursuit of a better tomorrow for all of us. And that requires pushback, and that we're going against the grain. For at the end of the day, when all is said and done, when the smoke has cleared, and when finally a better future, at least one step towards a better future is done, we all of us have benefit from it. So yeah, that's ultimately tireless persuasion and always thinking about them with love.
Love that. I love that you talked about love. Wow, the inception of love here. Exactly. No? I love how you talked about love, how you use love, and how you move with love to not necessarily tell them to change their beliefs or change their ideas, but if you let them experience the love that is felt within that community, I think it speaks so much more. It brings so much mileage upon how we could continually impact them to try to rethink their perceptions and truly appreciate the beauty that is within the community. So with that said, first of all, I'd just like to say thank you for sharing your visions, sharing the most exciting things that we're going to look forward to, and what are the things, and also the we side, how you're planning to really try and connect with those people who might not necessarily jive with the idea of One Big Pride or really the community as a whole. And with that said, let's segue naman konti from the One Big Pride idea. May pa-boy abunda movement tayo through Fast Talk. Okay, are you ready? So I just have a few questions here para makapag-fast talk tayo ng konti. Are you ready, Andrei? Are you
Sure.
up for the challenge?
Kakayanin.
Right. Okay, first, when studying, books or ebooks?
Books.
Okay, so what's more stressful during an event? Internet/technical difficulties or the postponement or cancellation of the event itself?
Internet.
Tama yun. So, out of the colors in the pride flag, what's your favorite one?
Violet.
Cool. Okay, may pa-ube moments. Okay, next. A 5-hour meeting in
Yes.
one sitting or a 5 1-hour meeting spread in 5 days?
Yung first, if 1 hour, 5, like, yeah.
Yung
one sitting.
5-hour meeting. Wow, grabe
One
yun. The
sitting.
persistence. Ano all. And answer in one sentence. Why should Athenians join and support One Big Pride?
Hirap naman ng one sentence. Sige. Because we believe in a faith that does justice, and this necessitates that we continue to fight for that justice and to examine all of it, and therefore to love the other person in the spirit of pura personalis. Di ba? Pa?
Medyo na-mind blow ako doon. But anyway, I hope that that answer inspires and motivates our fellow Athenians and non-Athenians to join the party, to heed the call, and to unite upon that cause. So once again, One Big Pride is starting to take off. So once again, please invite our viewers, Andrei, to participate and support this month-long event.
Hi! So once again, One Big Pride Move with Love is the University Pride Month, but also the Royal Schools One Big Pride is going to be starting soon. It's actually started. So head on over to sangu.org/movewithlove or follow Sangguniang Commission on Gender Equality at SanguCGE on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to know more. We'll be sharing all of the events that have been transpiring over the Pride there on our page as well. And also the event tab. So once again, sangu.org/movewithlove. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andrei. And that has been our 6th episode for this year's Kwentuhang MVP. Thank you so much to our guest for talking to us about One Big Pride and the event's amazing message for the Atenean community. And of course, a big thank you to everyone who tuned in on today's program. We hope to see you again next week for another round of meaningful conversations. Once again, this is your enthusiastic ball of sunshine Ilocano host Soj from 1BS Management Honors saying stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. This has been Kwentuhan MVP.
Yeah.